Mic check. Morning Masters Podcast, host main, of course. Across me, I got two special guests, two legends, Glen Hills legends, state champions. Go ahead and introduce yourselves real quick for the people, man.
Chris Reynolds.
Jarrell Stevenson, class 08.
There we go. How y'all doing, man?
Good, man. Good to be here. Good to be back here.
Yeah, you've been on before.
Yeah, I've been on before.
You don't do social media, they say, so I don't know.
I ain't that active in it, but I watch. I sit back and watch.
I used to sit back and watch. So I know one thing I want to talk about later on, not right now, but y'all watch the Josie episode? I know you did. I ain't gotta.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know you got some stuff to say about that. I told I was gonna ask you about that, but before we get into anything, I wanted to just tell the people about kind of where y'all grew up at, where y'all from in the city, and like how y'all got into basketball.
Me, man. I grew up. It's funny. I grew up a little bit everywhere, for real. Like, I played down in May Park, so I knew all the like people from the bottom, like all the Laney Josie people, and basically, from my time in my era, like if you look at most of the basketball players outside, off the top of my head, like outside of like maybe Chris, Trevor, all of them came from May Park.
Right.
Like all of them, like I said, like outside of Chris and Trevor, yeah. So man, I grew up basically like playing against the best of the best, like my whole time. Yeah, whole time. So after that, I went to private school for a little bit, Hillcrest. I still played like May Park Recreation, but I went to Hillcrest, and then I went to middle school at Glen Hills Middle, and then I was supposed to go to Richmond my 9th grade year.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, man. So the story goes, it's funny though. The story goes like I played JV on the summer league team, and I'm like sitting there like, no offense to the people on varsity, but I should be on varsity. But I'm practicing with the JV team. Like Coach Noble's got me practicing with the JV team, so I'm like, nah, man, bump this. I'm going to Glen Hills, and that's how the story goes.
Nah, I got you. It was Coach Noble's fault. Okay.
Nah. Coach Noble's my guy, so I don't want to say he just, just a little quick oversight. That's all it was, man.
What about you?
For me, I pretty much grew up in Barn Village. Between Barn Village and Meadowbrook, but mostly Barn Village. I didn't really start playing until I was mostly like 13. But I used to play in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I had a goal in front of my yard. You know what I'm saying? I used to get out there, shoot every day. You know what I'm saying? I worked on my game. And
right.
I just had never played organized. And I got an opportunity to play for the Deptford Magics. I had pretty much went to school with Jared and stuff like that. But for me, it was extra stuff, like getting in trouble and stuff like that. So I was never able to play sports.
You didn't play middle school?
Not to 8th grade.
8th grade.
But,
Damn.
Pretty much leading up to going to 8th grade, I stayed in a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So going into 8th grade, I was registered for school, and Coach McRae pulled me to the side. We just, kind of had a conversation, and he was telling me, like, hey, I want you to stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? I see you playing basketball. I feel like, you can be an addition to the team. So, I took the opportunity and, collab with Jarrell. Like I said, we were pretty much in 7th grade. We was on the same team, like in school, and so we used to kick it. We used to talk or whatever, and you know what I'm saying. He used to whisper a little bug in my ear, but
but you wasn't a bad student then. You ain't get in trouble.
No. I always made decent grades.
But in trouble, like in school.
No trouble. But I used to go against. It was funny though, cause like I said, I went to Hillcrest. So 7th grade, like I was kind of like asking around, like who the good players in my class, because I didn't really like know anybody. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, that boy Chris can play. I'm like, Chris, like who is Chris? Yeah, I didn't really know who he was, but it was like, Chris, he can play. And then I saw him in school, like he was about the same height, so I was checking him out and stuff. And then like that's when he said, I just started whispering like, hey bro, like we can.
You trying to recruit him to play?
Yeah, trying to recruit him to play. And then it's so funny though, cause like, was it 8th grade or 7th grade that you started playing with us on the Lakers?
No, we was going 8 from 8.
Okay, yeah, our 8th grade going to 9th grade, like everybody saw like how like he progressed like so fast in middle school. Like for him, like he said, he never played with no organized basketball. Like 8th grade year, like he was our leader scorer. Like for him to like go from that, so
never playing really,
like never
always
playing.
in trouble, and now
right.
the kind of star of the school.
Right. And it was so funny because I'm like, yo, like this dude good, man. Like
what would that transition like for you? Like to always be in trouble, but now like you getting a different kind of, you getting looked at differently now.
Pretty much. For me, it was really an opportunity to do something different. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really never. I don't know how you can say it, but you know what I'm saying. It was pretty much that's all I seen growing up. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I wasn't a bad student. I just used to be around the wrong crowd.
Right.
You know
Gotcha.
what I'm saying? I never really had people to be like, well, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take you under my wing.
Did you know you was that good in basketball at the time?
I knew I was, but like you said, like I ain't never.
You didn't take it serious. It was just
I didn't take it serious.
Like something extra to do.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. And when people start giving me opportunities and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, I just start taking advantage of the opportunities. So like I said, linked with Jarrell them, and pretty much from there on, it pretty much took off.
And it's funny though, man, because like Chris did used to get in trouble. I used to kind of like hear about it, so I used to think like, dang, like what's wrong with him? You know, like or this nigga might try to fight me or something. You know, like so that. But like when I met him, like we hit it off like instantly, bro.
Right.
Like it was like two peas in a pod. Like we two completely different backgrounds, bro. But we like the same type of guy. Like Chris would get in trouble. I'm like, how somebody like so soft spoken and cool as Chris like get in trouble?
I'm thinking now. I was
like,
trying to ask like,
bro,
what stuff was he doing to get in trouble? But he's saying around the wrong crowd, so he's probably just doing something.
Yeah,
just
he
to
was
do
fighting, you know, just stuff
Getting
like
in
that.
trouble, fighting, you know, disrespectful stuff like
Well, you
that.
said you grew up in Bronx Village though.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that's the theme, kind of
Yeah.
like growing up there. You gotta grow up tough and rough.
Right,
so
right.
it makes sense. Like when I guess for me, like when I heard of y'all, I didn't know y'all. I was like, I moved down here around that time when y'all was popping though. I think my first time seeing y'all played Butler, and I don't know, I think 05, 06, I don't know, y'all was in 10th grade.
Yeah,
I was 10th grade.
We got smacked.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that game. Yeah. It was, I ain't know y'all though, but y'all still played well. Y'all two played well,
Right,
but y'all
right.
did lose by like a lot of points. But I say to say like when you hear about it, the stuff y'all just said now, I don't know if people that don't know y'all knew that, because like I would always think that y'all always play all together like, all your life, and that you always played, because everybody would talk about you. I never knew you didn't play until 8th, 9th grade. That's something new I'm hearing now.
Yeah, he did. It's crazy, man. Like I would say, like he developed like so fast, and then like for him to like literally like play no organized basketball and had the IQ he have, like you really don't see that. Like I look at our kids now, like IQ really what separate great kids from good kids. You know,
Right.
Like that's mainly what separates kids. So to see him like progress like that fast, you know, like. It was crazy.
When y'all played in 8th grade, how far y'all went? Like what y'all did? Y'all won?
No, we made it to the championship. We played Langford. Yeah, we made it to the championship.
Who Langford had that they beat y'all? Like who they had at the time?
Tim Daniels, Mike Talbot, Tremaine.
They had Tremaine Jenkins.
Holmes.
Tremaine Jenkins.
He went to Langford?
Yeah, he should have never went to Langford, obviously.
Yeah, but I said, what the hell?
we ain't gonna, he should have never went to Langford. But
Okay.
they had Tremaine, which he was really, really good in middle school back then. They had Brandon Holmes, who was really good in middle school.
Nick.
They had Nick. They had a really good team, and
And who y'all had besides y'all two on the team? The same people from Glen Hills?
Not really, just Evan.
Darius
Jordan.
I went to school with him. Yeah,
Darius Jordan. I was surprised Darius Jordan went to middle school, man. But it's so funny because like Spanish Trace is like literally cut in half when you think about Butler and Glen Hills.
I just had somebody from Spanish Trace on, and he went to Glen Hills. I was thinking the same thing.
Right.
Like, it's right there though.
It's
It
split
really
in
don't make no
half.
sense to me.
Like D. Curry used to live like on the same street as Reggie, like 15 houses down, and he go to Butler and he go to Glen
that's
Hills.
wild how
Like,
they got
it's
it set up.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had Darius Jordan.
Another guy, Paul.
Yeah, we had a guy, Paul. He ended up playing football. I think he went to like Florida International, but he
Okay.
moved back to Florida.
Yeah.
So we had a good team. Just lost on close games. Just lost.
So let's talk about the high school. When y'all go to high school, did y'all play varsity automatically, or you had to go to JV?
Pretty much. So that summer, I was going to Glen Hills. So that summer, I had started working with Coach Wallace and stuff like that. Played in the North Augusta tournament. He told me he was gonna put me on varsity for the experience. And I know a guy got ineligible on our JV team. Two guys ended up becoming ineligible, so they pretty much I was going back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Very vaguely remember playing in a lot of the varsity games, but the JV was a good experience. But I was on varsity. You know what I'm saying? I practiced
Chris
with the
played
varsity,
both. Yeah.
but I was pretty much.
So when y'all first went to high school, they technically speaking, they would put him as more advanced than you, or I guess more
Like
Chris.
who?
Like, Like who played more? I guess in the
In
bigger
ninth
setting.
grade?
Yeah,
Oh, bigger
being
setting.
that young.
Jarrell.
Yeah, it was me. Mainly to me,
Oh, but you wasn't gonna go to Richmond. You wasn't gonna go
I
to.
wasn't gonna
Glen
go.
Hills at
I
first.
never. The first time I did anything at Glen Hills was like because I played football that year. So the first time I did anything at Glen Hills was like in tryouts. I
Okay,
never, like,
okay.
practiced with them. I didn't really know Coach Wallace like that. And it's so funny though because my ninth grade year at tryouts, like I just went and played how I normally play. Like I passed, played some defense, like made good IQ plays, and it was so funny because like I thought I had a chance to make varsity, but I didn't know like I would be thrown into it like that. But I knew I had a good chance when like the first day of tryouts, Coach Wallace was like, "Hey, y'all see this ninth grader? Like he's out here just making the right plays, just passing the ball, playing defense, doing smart stuff, and the rest of y'all out here just gunning. Like that's not how you get on the team. Like
Right,
you get on the
right.
team by doing smart stuff." I'm like, "Oh damn, he noticed me." Like a lot of people don't really.
Yeah, you caught his eye.
Right. A lot of people may not catch it. They might think I'm out there like being passive or, don't have the confidence to do it. But I was just playing like how I normally play, and I just happened to like just be starting varsity from there, from ninth grade for real.
So how y'all ninth grade year went? Like how y'all freshman year went?
We were the second best. I'm glad I'm on camera because I want to get this like straight. Like,
Turn up, look.
like for real.
There you
We
go.
were the second best team in Augusta after Josie. We beat Butler twice out of 3 times.
Let me get the year because David was a little upset that I said the
05.
05.
05.
Yeah.
04,
04, 05.
No, 04, 05.
Yeah.
My ninth grade year. This is Tony Keller's senior year season.
Yeah.
yeah pushing Tony Keller. I see
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So this is Tony Keller's senior year season. Like I played, like I was a freshman. We beat Butler twice. We beat them at Glen Hills, and we beat them in the region playoffs.
Yeah,
No, not region
playoffs.
championship playoffs, because we lost to Thompson in the championship.
Okay.
We were the number 2 seed. Like Butler talking all that trash. Like they went to go play an away game first game of the season, first round of playoffs. Like they played like so, and then like we played Josie. We lost to them like by like 7 or 8.
This is Archie and them.
Archie them,
Okay.
yeah. And that's the first game of the season. Like this is my first, well, not my first game of the season. Like outside of the Thanksgiving tournament, this is my first game of like outside of that setting. So
you're a
we play,
freshman?
yeah, my freshman. So we play Glen Hills at we play Josie at Glen Hills, and I'm assigned to guard Archie. Like
How did that work out?
I think he had maybe 15, 18 points. I think I had like 10 or 11. They ended up beating us by like 10, but you know what I'm saying? Like then and there, like I knew like our team was really good.
Okay.
Because they had nobody to guard Tony. Nobody could guard Tony the entire year. First off, like
Not even Josh. None of them.
no, none of them
What's
can
the
guard
names?
Tony.
Josh Buck. That's
no,
the names.
no,
Gabe,
none of
Josh
them.
Buck.
None of them can guard Tony.
None of them guarded Tony.
None of them can
Not
guard.
one of them.
Not one of them. None
Damn.
of them can guard Tony. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, people really like sleep on that team only for the sense of the fact that like Tony Keller don't get looked at as like one of the top guys. Like, you might not like how he play. I understand he ain't go nowhere after school, but as far as like just clear production, like it ain't too many people you can put up there. Like, well, I ain't gonna say it ain't too many people. Tony is right up there at that same high tier of guys who produce at a really high level in
Right,
high school.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and not to mention, like, we had some size on that team. Like, we had like a 6'5" guy. We had a dude who was like 6'4", who played football at Coastal Carolina. Like, we had some size on that team, and everybody could kind of do a little bit of everything. So, like, a lot of people would be talking about like Butler. Like, no. We
It
were
wasn't
clearly
Butler.
the second best team in Augusta that year.
Okay. Your freshman year.
Yes, my freshman year. Yeah.
So like, how'd that year end for y'all? Like, where y'all went? What y'all did?
All right, so we played the first round of the playoffs. I think we played a team. Who played who? Shaw?
K-Roll.
No, it wasn't
Nah,
K-Roll.
they ain't show yet. It didn't show yet.
No.
K-Roll.
It wasn't K-Roll. It was a team.
We played.
It wasn't a team. It wasn't a
Shaw
team.
beat us junior year.
No, that was Shaw beat us our junior
We
year. I'm
lost to K-Roll. They had the 6-9.
That might, you know what? That might have been K-Roll syrup makers. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
they had
So
the
my
6'9",
ninth grade
that's
year,
Carol, what?
syrup
K-Roll.
makers.
That
They
was
had a
the
6'9"
mascot.
dude who went like
That's
East
their
Tennessee
school.
State.
Syrup
Yeah.
makers.
Syrup makers. Yeah.
That's funny. Okay.
K-Roll syrup maker.
Yeah, for real. So we play them. It's the like 10, 11 seconds left, so they pressing. So I throw the ball in, and Tony like dribbles like basically all the way up to like half court line. He passes it back, and as I'm about to, we up one.
Jump
by the
over
way.
the line.
Yeah, as I'm about to go over the line, like I realized nobody open. So like I basically like bobble the ball and like lose it, and then they get the ball and score a layup. They steal the ball, score a layup, and we lost.
So can I say? So you turned the ball.
No, I blew the game,
Oh.
100%. Like obviously, there's other plays that leads to that could have been changed that possibly would have.
That's
had
what
us win.
Antoine was telling David today. He was saying that he didn't lose in the state
Yeah, you don't
championship
lose
game.
right.
It was other.
Yeah, you definitely no. He's completely right. You don't lose off one play, but I mean that's obviously the main play because obviously we were up one.
But if y'all kept the ball, y'all could have won that game.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. So obviously that's a like huge like devastating thing for me. Like I'm in ninth grade. I'm like, dang man, I just blew the season. For
How you
these
felt?
guys.
Like
oh bro, I boo-hooed, cried.
How you felt like when that happened? Was you
Pretty
mad or?
much. I mean,
He was trying to console me for real.
because
Like
at
I
the
was
end of the
crying.
day, everybody else was wailing on Jarrell.
Okay,
You know what I'm
gotcha.
saying?
Yeah, like I was
And
boo-hoo crying.
I'm a freshman with you, so I understand your pain.
So
you know?
y'all both started freshman?
No, I didn't start.
Okay, but you started.
Yeah, he just played JV and varsity.
Okay, got you. So let's go to 10th then. Like, how was the sophomore? Cause that's why I seen y'all, but I only seen y'all play that one game. Butler was, I
Right.
guess they was the powerhouse that year. I'm assuming. So that year y'all wasn't second, right?
Right. We was like, I think I want to say like 20-9, something like that. Something like.
Y'all didn't seem bad though. They were just too more advanced at the
Are
time.
you talking about ninth grade or 10th grade?
10th.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
y'all
10th
played.
grade
No,
we were
We
like
won by
9
like
and 20.
yeah, we
10
won
and
by
20.
8-9 games.
Oh, then so what was the big difference like in the 2 years? Like, what
We
y'all
had no
lost?
experience. Like our 10th grade year, like
5 sophomores.
I was literally the captain of our varsity team because I was literally the only returning player from our 9th grade year. I mean,
Okay,
from the follow.
okay.
So, like, me and him was literally like our leading, like, scorers. Like, as far as even people who got playing time the year before, like, it was literally only me and him who came back that got playing time from the previous year.
Damn.
Like, yeah, so, like, I mean, if you think about it, like, we did good to just win those 9 games that we did win because, like, we literally had no returning anything.
Stars besides Jarrell.
Yeah.
Won more than that, really. You think about the Harlem game.
Yeah, that's true. And then, like, I mean, obviously, inexperience leads to, you know, us doing stupid stuff like blowing games that we can possibly win.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, but I think what happened with our 9th grade year was, like, that's when you saw a huge development out of Chris, in my opinion. Like, he took that super, super big next step, like, to literally, like, be that guy. Because, I mean, obviously, I came back, and I'm not, like, I could score just from, like, being a decent player, but my game was always, like, passing, stuff like that. So, but he literally, like, became our leading scorer our 10th grade year. Like, and to me, that was the huge development that our team needed to put us over the next step for all those previous years. Now, our 10th grade year, without a doubt, we got smacked. I know you said you went to Butler game. I mean, shit, we lost by what?
We lost
25?
by 40.
Scored like
40.
Yeah, like scored like
about
fucking 15 points.
That was my first. Yeah,
We
my
went-
Like 9 or something.
No, yeah,
something
for
like
real.
that.
You know what I'm saying? And like, and that just boils down to them playing that long 1-3-1 and us being so inexperienced.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like their 1-3-1 is super long,
Yeah.
but if you can get in the gaps and little stuff like that, you can kill them, which is how people like Tony Keller killed them the year before. But we just didn't have that experience and like playmaking to actually.
I just remember one play, and I think it was you, because we used to watch it on tape. Like I was infatuated. I came to him about how to organize the basketball was down here because it's not like that up there. And I think Tron tried to reach for the ball. You kind of put it behind your back. He just kept going. Everybody like, oh, and you shot a 3 and it went in. I like to play the game for y'all, but
yeah.
it just wasn't enough.
No, it definitely wasn't enough. I mean,
Reggie went off that game too. I mean, I guess now knowing that how y'all played,
Right.
how much it meant to him, I guess at the time, because he went off that game. I never seen him like really play like that yet at the time during that year until then. Like he was super aggressive. I didn't understand why, but now knowing how y'all play and how y'all know each other,
and
it
then
made
it's
sense.
funny though, because our 9th grade year, like, the first time we played him, he didn't play at Glen Hills. He didn't play.
In 9th grade.
Yeah, 9th grade. But our 10th grade, that second game we played him at Butler, he came, and that literally was like, to me, he was the reason why they won that game. Like, because although he didn't stop Tony, like he was the one guy who had enough, quickness and guile to actually, make it tough on him. Like the rest, like I said, like they played a long 1-3-1, but nobody real on their team played defense like that. They might block some shots at the rim, but like they didn't really have no perimeter guys. But
Right.
like he changed that game. He changed that game for him, like at Butler, because he literally like was able to stay in front of Tony. So that 10th, but the crazy thing about like Tony still cooked, and I remember him like crossing Reggie up really, really bad, and then like hitting the 3. So I know like Reggie came back 10th grade. That probably was on his mind when he played this because he did go off though.
Like I said, I'm a at the time I'm new to him, but I'm observant. So like
Right.
it was a few things he would talk about. He probably won't mention it now. I don't know because everybody cool now. But like I knew he was a little upset like with the amount of publicity Tremaine was getting at the time. He felt like he was like shit. I'm in 10th grade like him. I'm doing over here. Josie ain't really doing nothing.
Right.
Why you talking about him? I just remember that I didn't know who Tremaine was at the time.
Yeah.
I remember Reggie didn't speak a lot. So when he spoke about it that one time, just in front of me, in front of some people, I was like, damn, who Tremaine is? The next year with the Josie. So I found out who that was. But, I didn't know that was like how the city is, but like, wanting to get this big article, wanting to get this article. It's like, why they chose him over me? You know what I'm saying? So that whole year, he had a chip on his shoulder the whole year. He kind of showed why he was one of the better sophomores. I don't know who people say was the better out of y'all two, but I know for me, I seen Reggie more. I never seen you play besides that one time. So I just thought, like, looking at Reggie when I first saw him, I didn't think he could play. Right. People was telling me he played varsity. I'm like,
yeah.
Wow.
Because one thing about him, bro, like, he's not a guy that's finna cross you over and, shoot a 3. He's not finna be out there like Trevor and Welcher shoot a 3 from, the volleyball line. He ain't gonna do that. But one thing he always gonna do is gonna be solid. Like, you will always, he's gonna stay solid. So you will look at it and be like, dang, like, Reggie had 18. You'd be like, how you get 18? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's how he's always been. Like, he's always been a super solid, steady guy. And to me, like, that's what you want your point guard to be. Like, it's cool to score a lot of points, but if you got to always be able to be that floor general and that lead. And, he's always been like that. Even 9th grade, 10th grade.
Even playing with them older guys.
Right. Like I said, he literally like made, because like I said, when we played in 9th grade, like, we beat him the first time, and like him coming and playing that second semester game, like, it changed everything for him, just as far as like being a steady guy to just get them in position.
Since you didn't play, like, did you know of them? Like, just hearing basketball wise, like, you hear about Reggie and Jarrell, like, you know of them?
Yeah, because everybody, they used to play at McDuffie Woods.
Okay.
Like, no matter, like, May Park, they come to McDuffie Woods. You know what I'm saying? Even when I wasn't playing, I was always around the game. You know what I'm saying? But I never took the opportunity to be like, well, I'm going to sign up for a rec team or something like that. Got you. So I used to watch them. You know what I'm saying? I knew pretty much who everybody was, but I never, you know what I'm saying, never took it that serious.
Did y'all play AU together?
We played our
going 8th and 9th.
8th and 9th grade. We had a team called Augusta Lakers that I like begged our coaches to put him on the team because, like, obviously he's one of the better players in the city. Like, we need him on the team. He's not playing. He played with the Magic, but they didn't travel.
Right. It was just a local.
It was just a local team. So I'm like, we need him on our team. So, like, he played, and like that made our whole. I look back at it now, like, he should have been starting. Like, he didn't start because, in 8th and 9th grade, there's, like, politics as far as...
people have been playing for 2 years already.
Right, as far as people who's been playing, and stuff like that. But, like, he should have been, like, one of the main key guys on our team, like, looking back on it even back then, And when we play AAU, like, we were always we were a good team for Augusta. Our problem was, like, when we go to Atlanta sometimes, just the size output, which is they were just bigger than us. Not necessarily better, but they were just bigger than us. So we would always compete. I think when we went to YBOA, we finished, I think, like 3rd or 4th. Now YBOA ain't AAU, obviously, but that was like the second level of AAU back then. We finished like 3rd or 4th.
So after 10th grade, y'all play AAU together?
Pretty much. Somewhat, but not really.
Because which one y'all played for South Carolina Ravens?
I went to South Carolina Ravens.
Okay, I seen you in Atlanta one time with Reggie. I didn't know you, but I knew Reggie at the time.
Right.
And I know AU was. He said AU told me, I said, okay, that's what they were doing. They were just mad players and they making mad noise and shit. So.
Yeah.
Right. I went and played with the Ravens only because I felt at the time like Augusta Lakers, I did all I could, do. And because I always looked at it like, hey, I'm only 6'4". Like, I can't be playing the 4. Like, I need to go play where I can.
So you already knew that at that time?
Like, yeah. I've always knew that, man. Like, and I don't know if it was like, I don't know what processed in my mind to like make me know that, but I always knew like, because I'm basketball everything. So I used to look at like people in the NBA. I'm like, they 6'4", 6'5". They play point guard. Like, I need to be playing guard. Like, I don't need to like at May Park. I grew up playing center. Like, I always grew up because I was one of the bigger guys. Like I always grew up playing like down low in the post. But I always knew in the back of my mind like I can't do that. Like, and even with the Augusta Lakers, like me and Chris was playing like 4 and 5.
I thought I was gonna ask you, 'cause I know like at least in the South or from what I've seen basketball out here, it seemed like they put you at power forward center when you just tall.
Right.
Yeah.
Not understand like when you go to college, you're not gonna play that
That's
position
not,
at all.
Yeah, you're not. That's what I'm saying. So like I've always had that in the back of my head, like, hey, I'm 6'4", like I can't afford to be looked at as a. So that's what made me go to the Ravens. We played the Ravens my 9th grade year, and we played good against them. 'Cause we only lost by like 7-8 points.
Yeah, Reggie said he never
Original
lost to
thump
nobody
us.
out here.
No, they thumped us in the pool, like bracket pool play or whatever it
We
was.
was my the first game of our
Right,
first game
in the
together.
championship we played them like really close, but like I said, they just had more size than us. But I realized then, like, man, I'm 6'3", but I'm battling with like a 6'6", 6'7" dude. Like,
Yeah.
I need to be playing with these 6'6", 6'7" dudes as opposed to battling against them. You know what I'm saying? And then shout out to my guy like Kurt Wheeler, but he's the one who like also like solidified it for me. Like, hey, yeah, we're gonna get you on a team where you can go play guard. So that's when me and Chris split with AAU. But Chris played on a good team with Chad Cook.
Oh, you play with a Metro?
He
Yeah, I
played.
played.
So you play with Tremaine and them, PJ and them?
Yeah, but I mainly played up. I played with
Right, he
Trevor,
played
Day-Day,
up.
Drico, Kurt, all us. So for me, like I said,
He still got to play on the wing.
yeah, I was still being able to play on the wing as pretty much only sophomore playing with them guys. That was for me. I say I was more so a local guy, but you know what I'm saying. Damien,
At the time.
yeah. For Damien, my AAU coach, shout out to Damien.
For real,
Damien
shout
Key?
out to Damien.
Damien Key.
Oh, yeah, I know.
One who ran
Yeah.
the tournaments. He's the AAU coach first.
It's my guy.
Yeah, so pretty much, like you said, that year we split with the Lakers, pretty much I got with Damien, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, look, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you got a chance to go to college, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much, like I said, even from the opportunity where my middle school coach gave me, you know what I'm saying? He gave me an opportunity to kind of like work on my game.
Right,
So
right.
even though me and Jarrell didn't play AAU together, we used to work out every day. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Me, Jarrell,
On
Reggie.
top of playing AAU and all
Right,
that
on
stuff.
top
Yeah,
of that, yeah.
playing high school pretty much. But you know what I'm saying? We always, no matter what, year round, you know what I'm saying? We ain't in tournaments, we work out together.
Working out,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So all that coincided with, you know what I'm saying, hot chemistry. You know what I'm saying?
Was it? It's not a basketball question, but was it hard for you, like, to adjust, not trying to like get into the things you were getting into before while playing sports now? Because like 7, 6, 8, you probably fighting doing all that stuff, and now you're in high school and y'all older now. Did it kind of die down for you because you
For
became
me-
who you became?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Like I said, it just I needed to get around a group of guys who was on some more so positive stuff.
Gotcha,
you know what
gotcha.
I'm saying? And that was pretty much a ticker for me when I started playing ball. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, taking it seriously. I never got in trouble like that again. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Here and there,
dope.
I have a
That's
little
dope.
squabbles and stuff like that, but I can get away from
So
it.
you still had it in
because-
your bag, you just weren't using it. I got you.
Yeah,
It was
more
so funny though, man, because like me and Chris, like I said, 2 peas in the pie, and I got a car like 10th grade, so like I'm taking Chris to Bar Village. Like I'm not necessarily like in Bar Village, like hanging out all night, but you know what I'm saying. I be out there with him, like cooling and chilling or whatnot. Like, but all them dudes like understood. Like they looked at Chris even back then, like yo, like like they wouldn't even really let Chris be on that type of stuff, even if he
Right,
really
right,
wanted to, because
Yeah.
they realized like, oh, he really can go somewhere with this basketball stuff. You know what I'm saying? So to me, like it was kind of like once Chris like finally like came on, like they already knew, you know, like he didn't really it really was self-explanatory. He didn't really even have to be worried with that type of stuff because you know everybody really knew what it was with him. So like even though he was out there in Martin Village, like he didn't really even have to be on that because they
Right.
just knew like he that guy when it come to basketball.
Everybody know me from the circle, just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get out there and play ball. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Shoot, even after basketball season, we
How-
meet up at Matt Defford Woods, play every day.
I mean, you play a lot, Jarrell, like most of your life. This is organized. So
Right.
how was it for you, like, to start like being in papers and being talked about when you had this whole time where that wasn't happening for you? But now it's like you are.
It put me in a different light, you know what I'm saying? And like he said, you know what I'm saying, once I started hanging around with them it got me more so into being, doing more positive stuff. Not
Right.
that I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Because
It just wasn't on your mind at the time.
yeah, like I said, I grew up in a church household. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So pretty much, I understand respect and all that. But you know what I'm saying? You know how you get out the way a little something,
Right,
a little
right.
bit of times, and a little bit growing up, like you said, growing up in Bourne Village, it was kind of like that. But once I got around the right group of guys, you know what I'm saying, it kind of helped me change the complexity of a lot of stuff.
So I know we talked about the 9th and 10th. So like obviously 11th grade was like a big thing because Reggie came over there.
Right.
I asked Reggie, of course, but I never got asked y'all. What was y'all mindset on that? Because y'all already had a team.
Right.
Obviously now knowing that record wasn't that great, but
Right.
y'all kind of like you said, politics and stuff. So like you got people that's playing. They like I'm gonna start next year because this person gone, this person
Right.
leaving. Now Reggie comes like that changes for certain people. And y'all probably was y'all closer with them than like what's the guy named Jihad? I think
Yeah. Jihad. Yeah.
that's what it affected the most, right? I would assume. Or I'm tripping.
It-
I don't know y'all roster like that. So I don't know if it's him or not.
It didn't affect him that much because even though he necessarily started as a 10th grader, like to me his clear development didn't happen till our 12th grade year, which
Okay,
I'm
okay.
assuming we'll get to that later. But so it really didn't affect him, in my opinion. Chris might have a different opinion on that. It really didn't affect him. When Reggie came, like me and him had kind of discussed it near AAU. I was just like, man, you lying, cause like it ain't how it was back. It ain't how it was now.
Yeah,
like,
I know. Yeah.
You can't just do that. Like you gonna have to sit out, or somebody gonna tell.
It wasn't easy for him.
Right.
No,
right.
it wasn't easy for him.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like even my 9th grade year, like Hepzibah coach was like, oh, he ain't zone for Glen Hills. He's supposed to go to Hepzibah. I'm like, dude, I ain't even.
Yeah, coaches don't hate so much no more. They kind of
Right. That's what I'm saying. So like even with I'm like, I don't really see this happening. But even when it did, like I knew that was like gonna put us over the top. And a lot of people were saying like, oh, they don't got enough basketballs, and I'm like, obviously y'all don't know me. I'm not no guy who got to shoot. Reggie is not a guy that got like we are guys that we can affect the game without even putting up shots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I always looked at it like it's a win-win for us. But I always tell, and Chris may disagree or agree, our 11th grade year we were way more talented than our 12th grade year.
Oh yeah,
Way more talented.
oh yeah.
Like Brandon Holmes, he went to Thompson our 12th grade year, but he was on the team our 11th grade year, and
Corey.
he was all region. Like Brandon was like all region. Like Corey Barnes went to Richmond and was their leading scorer.
Went to Richmond when? Your 12th grade year?
Going to
Going
our
11th
senior
grade.
year, going to our 11th grade year.
I mean, obviously I think he saw the writing on the wall as far as
See, that's what I'm saying. So it affected some people. People
right.
started leaving.
Right. Obviously, yeah. But I mean,
Good trade though. I mean, you going to take
yeah,
that,
that's what I was about to say.
obviously. Yeah, you
Like
gonna take
obviously,
that.
I'd rather take Reggie. Not that Corey, he was great. Like I said, he was their leading scorer as soon as he went there.
He ain't Reggie. It's okay. It's
But
not,
you're right.
he ain't
Different
not Reggie.
position,
He
different
never
Right,
get back.
right. So like it affected some people, but at the end of the day, like I think we were all close enough to where like
It really didn't matter.
right,
Y'all wanted to win. I'm assuming because y'all had that
Right.
terrible year before. So
right.
it's like
So it was all about winning. Like
So I asked this. I was saying now in this 11th, 12th grade question I'm asking y'all. That's when y'all kind of I guess going to answer differently a little bit because who do y'all look at as competition in the city? And I asked Marcus and Ricky yesterday, and they wasn't saying. I guess they sounded cocky, of course, because you win the game, but
right.
that's kind of how they felt. They never felt they were gonna lose going in the gym. Did y'all feel the same way going in these gyms?
We felt like we wasn't gonna lose, but we had some competition. I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
So see, it's a competition. I don't know. I feel like some game I watch y'all play, I just feel like y'all didn't take it serious until like the last quarter. Y'all give me Miami vibes sometimes. Y'all played Josie. First I played Butler one time, and I don't know how they almost beat y'all. Pissed me off. Had this one little freshman run, and he was nice. I love Marcus. He was nice,
yeah.
but he shouldn't been doing that to y'all. It didn't make no sense. I didn't know what y'all were doing out there. So every time I got to watch y'all play, it was like, damn, are they really nice? Because every time I never got to see y'all play for real until 12th grade. Every time I seen y'all played Josie. I was at Josie, but Josie was really nice at the time.
Yeah,
And
that was really our only comp to me.
Yeah, I'm just talking about like talent. Now I ain't gonna say competition, but as far as talent, I think 2008 has the most talent in the CSRA hands down.
Oh boy, okay.
Like-
I don't know. I like PJ, I like Reggie, I like y'all.
Know what I'm saying? But it's a whole lot of guys who, like Head from Josie, Tremaine from Josie. It's a lot of guys who just gave it up. You know what I'm saying? Stopped playing after high school. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
true,
saying?
true.
Who was just pretty much pure talented. Just as you know what I'm saying? They may not be on the same level, but they had that talent.
Before I get into any more questions, like you made a good point saying that. So like, how do you ever look at like your life after playing basketball? Because you was, I mean, y'all from the same kind of area with the same kind of life chances, technically speaking,
Right.
and they kind of stopped, but you kept going. Like, you ever feel like, I guess, happy that you didn't have to like, I guess, scramble for a scholarship or didn't have to like not play basketball afterwards? Cause I guess, like I said, them not playing basketball kind of hurt them a little bit with whatever happened, like any consequences they had faced in life afterwards, especially Tremaine. But you played for a little while, you know what I'm saying, and then you didn't have to deal with none of the other stuff you were dealing with. Under Josie, Tremaine was still fighting and stuff. They just didn't get in trouble.
Right.
All right, so they didn't play y'all. They had a fight. He had a
Right,
fight. He
that's
wasn't
true.
trying to, but
Right.
you
No,
know,
you
you know how that go in Josie. They just don't write it up, I guess.
Right.
No. Repeat that question again.
I'm just asking, like, I do you? I don't want to say the word blessed, but I don't know how to speak to you because you said you grew up in the church. I don't want to say the wrong word, but like, do you feel lucky? I guess that the route you had versus another route where you don't play basketball after school and then maybe you don't develop or you don't grow as a person or whatever the case may be. You get into the same things when you were young because some of them don't change.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. For me, just having the opportunity to be the first person to graduate in my family, you know what I'm saying, that was big for me. And, you know what I'm saying, the icing on the cake was me getting a scholarship, you know what I'm saying, being able to, you know, experience different stuff. And for me, the college was a very good eye-opener for me. Just
Did you have plans on going before you started playing basketball?
pretty much no. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't, to be honest, I really didn't know what I was going to do. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when you're a kid, you don't really think about stuff like that. But like I said, when people gave me opportunity after opportunity, you know what I'm saying, I just tried to take advantage of it.
So, is it true? Because if I'm trying to remember what Reggie said, y'all lost your first game in 11th grade, all right? I'm tripping. To North Augusta.
No, we lost the second game.
Second game, okay.
Second game, no, that was
No,
North
12th
Augusta
grade.
second game senior year.
Yeah, I seen you.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a junior, y'all ain't lose a lot.
No, 11th grade, we didn't lose to.
We lost 4 games.
We lost 4 games. We lost to Washington County one time at Glen
We
Hills.
lost to Cross Creek.
No, we didn't lose Cross Creek.
Washington
we lost
County.
to Washington County.
We lost to Thompson. We got ejected.
Yeah,
It
we
was a
lost
fight.
to Thompson because
Yeah.
Chris.
Fighting, I got you. There we go. That makes sense.
The Barn Village came out of him.
Ah, there we go. One time in 4 years, we good. You know what I'm saying?
So who else we lost to?
Besides Shaw, right?
Shaw was the
Shaw.
third game.
I think we only lost 3 games.
No, we lost 4.
We lost 4?
25.
It must have been out of town. It was out of town. It wasn't no local school,
I
right?
don't know.
We didn't. No, we beat you.
We didn't. Who else did we lose to?
Did y'all win region that year?
Who?
Craig Mark by 1 point.
Oh yeah, no, that
Oh,
was
you know
senior
what?
year. Craigmont, that was senior
No,
year.
yeah, that was senior year.
Them the only 2 we lost North Augusta and Craigmont senior year. It was Washington County, Thompson. I think we lost to Washington County 2 times.
No, we beat them. We beat them in
We
Washington
played
County.
them 4 times though.
No, we played
If y'all won in Washington County, that's like 2 games.
Yeah, we
'cause
lost.
that-
We lost
that's
to my
what
boy.
it
We
was.
lost to my
Yeah.
boy Murph, who played on South Carolina Ravens. He was 6'7". He went to Ole
What
Miss.
school?
He Dutch Fork in South
Okay,
Carolina.
gotcha.
But we did lose to them in the Aiken tournament.
Yeah, that's what it
we
was.
lost to.
I do remember seeing that. We saw it in the paper. We didn't know who it was. We was like, damn, how they lost. Every time we seen y'all lose, we
And
was
the
like,
crazy
how?
thing about it though, like Murph didn't kill us. We was this dude looked like, no lie, he looked like Jesus. Like he had long white hair like Jesus, and he murdered us. Like, but that was our 11th grade year, man. Like we knew, like and Reggie kind of hinted on this when he did the Came From Nothing stuff. Like we knew we were so talented. Like
Really
no lie,
matter.
man.
Yeah,
like
see?
we were smelling ourselves. Like,
Told you.
Like
See,
and I'm gonna keep it to me. Like we were smelling ourselves. Like we was doing stuff like going out to the club.
Oh,
like
we
we was
partied,
doing
man.
parties. Like we was doing like all literally like living like rock stars. Like for real.
Yeah.
I mean, like we was going to the club like
We go to the club.
every
We hit
weekend.
that club.
And they go to- in the
Everybody,
game- in the
whole
game-
team.
in the
The
game
whole
next day.
team.
The whole team
Man,
hit
like
the club.
like for real, it was crazy. Like I was like, I still to this day don't realize how we were like play a game on Friday, club that Friday night, and literally like come back that Saturday
play.
afternoon and play a game, and then like go to the club that Saturday afternoon
And still win.
and still
and
win.
still win.
And still win. Like, but yeah, man, like back to your question, like I never felt we was gonna lose to anybody. Like it was games like I didn't like whatever. Like I know we can just press the button and just turn it up on them. You know what I'm saying? So and that really came back to bite us when we played in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We played a team that was not on par with our talent level, but you know what I'm saying, came ready to play. Like
Right.
teams in Augusta, they just
So he told me y'all went to the party that night too.
Oh,
y'all
we
didn't
party-
think the
man,
first
we
round was
Oh,
that
oh,
important.
yeah, the girls won the night before.
Yeah, and we
And we went
partied
to the
that night.
club.
So
We,
y'all party for the girls.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
we partied because we was just partiers.
But what I'm saying, though, we was close with a couple girls from the team. You know what I'm saying? We hit the club. We all hit the club.
Right.
Shout out to Sierra. That's my sister.
But yeah, bro, like we partied the night before the game. Like literally, like, and like when I say like we partied, like I hate to say it, but some of us, me included, we were like underage drinking. Like we wasn't just like just go to the club. Like
Right,
we were
right,
like
right.
actually partying.
So yeah,
And, like so, like I said, it still like behooves me like we were even doing all that. But like so when we come back, like we like man, we gonna smack shots like first round. Like, we don't know who these niggas is like, and that's literally how we end up losing. Like, and like we was all just sitting there like just hurt.
It was crazy.
what was worse, 9th grade turnover or losing to Shaw as a junior?
9th grade turnover. Like when we lost to in 11th grade, like to me that just cut on something to me like. Like I'm working hard. Like I'm on everybody's head this following year. Like we're gonna win. Like that. It literally just was like all that partying just automatically stopped for me.
Got you.
Like I was like, cause I like I said, like we were just smelling ourselves, but it really like hit me like, and I was good, but it really hit me like you not good enough to turn it on like you think you are. So that from then on, like I just worked like my ass off from that day from my junior year to senior year. I just worked my ass off like in the gym daily.
That whole year, like, did y'all hang in bunches? Like you said, you had a car, you drove around, so y'all hung out together.
Yeah.
Y'all went to like the mall, the club, and stuff like that together. I'm assuming.
Yeah, me and Chris. I mean, like I go pick up Chris, we could hit the club.
So how was that out? Like after y'all lost, did y'all go out more or like less?
I definitely went out less. Like I
You
definitely.
didn't care. You still
For
went
me,
out.
for the most part, like, no. For me, I pretty much stopped. You know what I'm saying? Here and there, it was more so here and there.
Was it more like
Yeah.
because you were embarrassed because y'all lost, or like y'all just didn't go out because you was focused?
I was
More so
focused.
focused.
Okay.
And then like you gotta think about it, like I also realized like your 11th grade going to Turkey, that's like your last year at AAU.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was really like I was into it all. Like I went to a lot of camp. Well, I got invited to a lot of camps and stuff back then. So like I was just
Y'all threw you, Reggie, and Chris. Y'all was ranked, right?
Right.
Y'all was like only 3 in the area, like really ranked, like
Right.
national. Okay, yeah, I remember seeing y'all names on that. I can never tell who was better because I don't know how they rank. Like, I don't know, you know.
Right.
When y'all lost, like, how did it feel losing? Because I can imagine like everybody in the city was there. 'Cause everybody was out at that point, right?
Yeah.
But everybody expecting y'all to just win.
Right.
Y'all been blowing these teams
our
out
game
all
I
year.
don't remember it being that packed, was it? It was just kind of like it was packed, but I don't think everybody really thought we was gonna win. Just,
Yeah, they really thought we was gonna win,
we
but
gonna-
That's worse. Damn.
yeah, it really won.
You was there that day? You was there when they lost?
The game lost.
Yeah.
I wasn't even. I came to the game before that.
Probably thought they were gonna win too then.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win everything.
So you said I knew you said at that point you focused, you feel like you're gonna win next. So how y'all feel when Reggie catch a situation he catch?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of like, bro, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what, you know, what's going on? You know, like, I was let down only for the simple fact that like, Reggie was just way too smart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, to
yeah.
do something like that. So it's more so like a disappointment thing for me. Kind of like, dang, bro, you kind of let me down type thing, you know. He was beat up about it himself, you know, because we still play AAU that summer.
Yeah.
So, you know, like he was still beat up about it, you know, but I mean, me and him, we was, and it's crazy because like he'll tell you, like me and him, literally, we was that summer, like we was on planes like every weekend. So even though he was beat up about it, and like that initial disappointment just kind of went out the way. Only for the simple fact that he was, I guess he was kind of already set with where he was going to school.
Got you. Yeah. True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was more so he was kind of like, not about his future, but like, dang, I'm letting my boys down type thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you still want to win, and you still want to stay title because
Right.
y'all came together for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How hard was the 12th grade year, like playing without him?
it wasn't hard because we was talented, but we still needed that organizer. Now, not to discount the, Jihad, the D Curries of the world, but you know what I'm saying. You still need an organizer.
Right,
Jarrell, at that point in time, he was one of the organizers, but you still need that floor general. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like having your floor general on the floor. You know what
I
I'm
always
saying?
say that about Reggie, though. He just impact the floor in like ways you don't always think about.
No,
You don't have to actually score points at all. Just him being on the floor is enough distraction. Is
Right.
enough.
And see, to me, and getting back to Jihad, to me, that was when Jihad took the step that really put us over the top. Like, our 11th grade year, like, I think he was still trying to kind of figure out, number one, he was becoming, like, more explosive as a player, but he was also trying to figure out where he kind of
fit in.
he fit in at as far as our team. Because if you really think about it, like, he from our 10th grade year to 11th grade, he basically a new player, just kind of like how Reggie is. Because he really became a like totally different player.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, we basically fitting in two new starters. D Curry was still kind of what he was, play defense, knock down some open threes, whatnot. But Jihad really came into his own, as far as type of game. So our 11th grade year, he was kind of trying to like figure out where he fit in, like,
Yeah, he's not trying to do too much. Not trying to
where does he
find some chemistry?
Right, where does he kind of go in between like me, Reggie, and Chris? Like, so when Reggie went out, like Jihad, and like I kind of like Chris said, I kind of stepped in more into like a floor general role. But Jihad stepped up and became that scorer, that second scorer, like behind Chris. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that was where he became like the guy where he was. He knew where he fit in, and he became like that really really good fourth guy for us. Like having Reggie out. So missing him was Reggie was kind of hurt. Because I really don't think we lost any games. Like, we lost the Claremont, which had a guy named Tarico White, went to Ole Miss.
Got drafted.
And he played in the NBA. We lost to them by a few points, and we lost to North Augusta by a few points. But we got Reggie, like, we beat them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
undefeated season.
Right. Clearly an undefeated season. But at the same time, like, that's where Jihad really, like, realized, like, hey, like, I can, really be that top guy along with Chris and Jarrell. You know what I'm saying?
But like take me to that state. I don't say the state game because like obviously I kind of went through everybody else once Reggie came back too. Right. But the state game, I watched it and it seemed like y'all almost lost that game, right? Y'all was down second half. If I ain't mistaken.
It was kind of back and forth. We was up kind of the whole game.
That was a football school or something?
Right.
Yeah.
So the kid, the dude we played against was Jarvis Jones. If he was about like 6'8", he probably would have been an NBA player. But he ended up being like he went to the NFL. He went to Southern California, and then he transferred back to Georgia. But like he's always been like a good player. He just was kind of undersized, like being 6'4", 6'5".
All right. So how does it feel to win state? I don't think I talked to anybody that won state yet. I think anybody I talked to either got far or lost in the state championship game so far.
Right. So to me, winning state is, the pinnacle. That's what you work for. You know what I'm saying? And also, when you win a state, that's when you can lay claim to being one of the best teams that's ever came out the city. You can't say you one of the best teams in the city of Augusta if you ain't sealed the deal. People, I hear it all the time. LeBron win it however so many finals, but he ain't win them all. It don't matter if you don't win it. So you can't lay claim to
something you ain't did.
You can't lay claim to being one of the best teams in the city if you ain't win state. I always tell everybody, I'll put us number 2, best team of all time. I will give Westside number 1. With Will Avery and Ricky Moore. I'll give them number 1. I'll get them number 1. But outside of that, there ain't no other team. And all these other teams that say they would have did this, did that, they didn't win.
So nobody has won state right here besides y'all and Westside?
Other teams won state now. But the thing about it, they're like younger generations.
Gotcha.
And the ones I done seen, I personally don't think they can beat us.
Like Laney.
I don't think Laney can beat us. They don't have enough depth. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they could beat us.
It was 2A though, so.
Right. And not to mention they was 2A.
Yeah.
So but as far as how it feels to be a state, like, it's really what you work for. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at all the bumps and bruises and all the stuff we went through from 9th grade, from getting smacked in 10th grade to Reggie in 11th grade, coming to him leaving and getting in trouble. Like, to me, you can't have winning state like solidifies and makes you know that all that stuff was worth it. You know.
What about you? How
Um,
you felt?
Just it felt good to me, you know what I'm saying? Just to have the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, growing up, I ain't outside of a lot of stuff. I ain't really have a lot of opportunity, but when I was able to get the opportunity, I always try to take advantage of it, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much from 7th grade to going to our senior year, we always win. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it do, you know what I'm saying? What it takes to win, we gonna win. We gotta play defense, share the ball. It ain't never been an issue because we gonna play together. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna win. That's how we was taught.
Did it feel good though, like to finally like, cause y'all wasn't losers anyway, so you know, but it felt good to like win the whole thing, like without a doubt, like this wasn't we got far, but you actually won the whole thing. And that's what people expected of y'all. That was the expectation.
That was definitely the
from
expectation.
11th grade, really. But
right.
So to go from like I guess letting yourself down really, but also the people that was rooting for y'all, but then winning the whole thing the next year with all the controversy I had.
Right.
I think that was dope to me.
And
like watching that game was dope.
In the city, man, they really showed us a lot of love. Like I understood with the pandemic going on, but it was kind of like kind of funny. At first, the city was kind of like hesitant on how they was going to show all these teams that just won. You know, they was kind of like they didn't know what they was gonna do for them
right.
or whatnot. But when we won, like the entire city like showed us love. You know what I'm saying? Like we were out of school a ton of days after that.
Oh yeah.
Like
y'all started partying again?
Dinners. yeah, we started that party. We definitely started that party. But yeah, man, it was doing us like team dinners and like
mayor's offices, stuff like that.
All that stuff. So
parades.
yeah,
all that.
parades. Yeah, it was nice, for the city to show you love. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I purposely asked y'all like and try to slow it down, asking a lot of high school questions because of with the classes, it's more of a high school thing anyway. You know what I'm saying? Right. I think definitely if I talked to y'all individually before, I would ask y'all more about this past. I think people have questions on that too.
Right.
But I wanted to get with you about and you two. Now, when I had the Josie team on here, you know what I'm saying? I remember I tweeted you. I said, hey, you ain't gonna like this thing about to put out.
You showed it to me before. I think.
Yeah. Because the audio message, I told you the link, and Archie was on here and he said they cooked all of y'all pretty much. He said, I'm gonna insert the clip here at some point, but he says I cooked them all.
Right. He said.
And you had something to say about that. So like, what was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, but that and I played in David's tournament and all of them guarded me and I cooked them all.
Oh, here we go.
That's facts.
It's like not even like you want to talk about speculation or you want to talk about tape.
My thoughts is that it's 100% false. First off, Mike Gibson literally was recording the game. There are clips out there, and David can provide them if need be, of me cooking them, like literally cooking them. Archie didn't cook me, number one, because when I was guarding him, he didn't try to do anything. Now, maybe it's because he felt like he didn't need to. Maybe it's because he wasn't trying to play. Whatever it wasn't no cooking at all going on, like, first off. Second off, they were guarding me, and he was guarding me, and you can see in the clips, I'm spraying him. Like, spraying him. Like, like, when people guard me, the first thing they do is be like, we're going to let him shoot. Because, you know what I'm saying? They be feel like, okay, that's his weakness. All right, well, you let me shoot, and I've made, like, 5 threes. Like, now what? Like, that's you. He didn't cook me, number one. Number two, we played without Reggie. Chris was hurt. Like, bro, I did literally everything that game, and we won. Like, so for you to say you cooked me, I'm baffled at it. Like, I'm like, bro, it's clips out here of you not doing anything and me, like, cooking you. Like, and I respect Archie 100. Like, that's my big bro. I love him to death. But, like, it was just, I'm, like, baffled. Like, you really say you cooked me, bro? Like, really? Like, you really gonna say
with that job,
you cooked me?
Since y'all played your freshman year, that was your first time playing again?
Right. Well, he grew up in May Park too, so I always looked up to him.
Got you.
I always looked up to him. And so he grew up, and even when I was in high school and he was in South Carolina, like, South Carolina was kind of recruiting me. So, like, I would go up there and visit him, and, I see him, I talk to him. So, I it was always my guy. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, like, he's 100% right. Like, if you, like, it is levels to this. Like, I understand. I'm not one of those guys who's like, oh, hanging on to like high school glory. Like,
Yeah, I agree with him when he said that.
I 100% agree.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
there are levels. Like, if you ask who's like in recent memory who's done it at highest level, like, to me, it's obviously him and Garrett. Like, there's no other, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no other people. But one thing I can always say, like, I haven't trained and played basketball in, like, I don't know, forever. But if you just want to talk about just like pure talent, pure what's name, like, I've been in the gym with professional players and I hold my own, and that's just on the strength of like IQ, like just being a good enough player. Like, I've never really tried to like go overseas. Number one, and like I said, that's why I say Archie and Gear are, to me, in my opinion, like the top guys. But it don't pay what, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it don't
gotcha,
pay
gotcha.
like that. Like, it does no good to me to go overseas and I still got to come home and get a job. And now I'm missing my daughters. I don't see them, like my family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that. So that never, like, playing overseas and like doing that, because it's like, I had one offer. It was like $700 a month, but like, what, you know what I'm saying? What can I do with that?
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like,
Just
so,
to say you play overseas.
right,
like,
just and for some
the title.
Instagram pictures
Yeah.
and like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, like, I always love basketball, but I can't support no family with that. So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, that never appealed to me. Is it possible that there's guys who, you know what I'm saying, can work their way up? Of course, we've seen a lot of people do that, but that just never appealed to me. So he's 100% right. Like, there are levels. He's clearly a higher tier than everybody. He plays in the top-notch division in Italy. Like, but as talent, like, when I see him, like, I'm like, bro, I can go toe for toe with you, and that's clearly what I did in the Clash. So if anyone like say you could, I'm like, I'm baffled by it. Like, I'm baffled. Like, it's clips out here, bro. Like, we really gonna do this? Like, it was crazy.
I didn't catch that game, but I did see the clips and stuff because y'all end up posting it and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah. But you know, I think that I agree with a lot of stuff he was saying in the post. But I can understand somebody of his stature, how he feels sometimes, especially when it's you know, I think a lot of people that are on social media now, like our age,
Right.
not saying they don't know him, but he's
They
not
don't-
he's
they
not,
don't
he's
know
not
him.
as connected
And
with the
he's
city
not,
as
and
y'all
he's not
are.
a big social media guy,
Right,
because
right.
he's not out here posting Instagram clips.
So he'll get left out of certain things, the conversations,
Right. Like,
and
you-
I think
like-
he just feel
like-
away about that.
Right. This dude plays in the top division in Italy. Like, if you ain't going to Google and search him, you ain't gonna find him because
Right.
he's not posting it. Number one, you know what I'm saying? And like, and so people don't really understand. Like, there are levels. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's 100% right. If you see somebody in Augusta, like, he can't compare him to me. So, and that's why I don't. And you will never ever hear me say this. Like, if I'm not on the court playing you right then and there, like, you're right. There is no comparison between me and him. Like, I wouldn't dare compare myself. Like, he played professional basketball
But
for
he
a
ain't
living.
cookie, though.
But he right. But when we were on the same court, like, bro, it did not go down like that. And I'm not gonna sit here and like let you sit here and say it went down like that when it didn't.
Are y'all well versed in like the history of Glen Hill, like basketball players? Like y'all grew up watching them.
I am.
Oh, me. Yeah.
So like, can y'all give me a top 5 of y'all Glen Hill players?
My top 5. My whole family went to Glen Hills.
I didn't know that.
Right. My father, Michael Stevenson, he passed away in '97. But
I know about that. Yeah.
Right. So before we got to Glen Hills really no offense to you, David, but
All
Glen Hills
offense.
wasn't great. They didn't really have a great program till till my dad was there in the '80s with him, Mike Curry, Matt Ray, all them. They didn't have a great like teams until like we got there.
Got you.
So
They had good players.
right, they had good players. They didn't have a great team. So my top 5 is me, Chris, my dad, Reggie. I'm gonna have to give you 6. Mike Curry and Cunningham.
All right, I'll take that. I'll take the 6. 6 man is always good.
Um,
Hold on, you said Curry.
Cunningham. Mike Curry.
But
William
you
Cunningham.
taking Curry over McRae?
It's funny because I do understand that in high school, Matt Ray was a better player.
To my understanding, at least.
Right. So I do understand that, but Mike Curry is our only NBA player.
Okay.
So
cool.
I would feel.
I'll take it.
You know, I wouldn't.
Politics. I know. I got
Right.
you.
Like I said, me, Jarrell. I like Mike Kerr, Matt Ray, and George Brown.
No, Reggie. Okay, George. All right, George Brown. I heard that name before somewhere. I don't know if it was one of your songs or not, but I heard that name.
George Brown was a really good player. I think he played with David now. He played with David. He was a really good player. Yeah, 4-year varsity player. Yeah, he a lady.
So I guess I have to ask these questions. I know I asked you a bunch of high school, but like I said, for y'all don't speak about it often. So
Right.
I guess I had to fill y'all with just real stuff, not like trash talking stuff. But like what how y'all see the tournament going? People saying y'all got an easy run, so I don't know. Like,
Well, first
there's
of
a lot
all,
of positives, and y'all getting we got playing North Augusta first.
yeah, we played North Augusta, but number
Like-
one, we won. So
I said the same. Y'all should got a bye.
we won. So we should have really got a bye. But
how I
if you
feel.
want to give us North Augusta, cool. We gonna win mainly for the simple fact that we play defense and share the ball. These other guys, like, and not to mention we don't have egos. Like, a lot of people are looking at this clash like, man, like this my chance. I'm finna, like this my chance. Like, bro, I don't care if I score 5 points. If we win, I don't care. That's just, and that's our whole team.
That might be. I think Glen Hills might be the only team like that. Though.
That- we
Crazy.
are.
And I'm
We
gonna tell
are.
you this though, that's crazy, but we've been like that since
Forever.
we've been young.
Right.
Like no matter who get 20, 10 rebounds, whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As long as we win, we good.
I think even last year with Aubrey, nobody expecting to go off like that. But
Right.
it's like y'all was okay with like, hey,
Man,
we
we
win the
had
game.
somebody.
Okay.
We had somebody go off different every game.
Yeah,
Our
yep.
Cross Creek game, who went off? Really, nobody went off.
Everybody
Y'all just
play.
won.
Josie,
Y'all was just
Josie
better.
game, I went off, and then Cross Creek. Lady game.
You said
Aubrey
Josie and you went off.
Yeah, I
Trying
went
to
off.
Throw
I
another
went
shot
off.
at
I had like
RGZ.
20 I had like 25. Like I'm serious. Like I had like 25. Like, I had 20.
boy.
So, but like I even with that happening, like I didn't care if I had 2. If we win, we win.
I gotta ask you. So after the game over, how did you feel about the game? Did you? Because I know it's always like commotion, trash talking stuff back and forth. Like, did you feel like, oh, I cooked him, or you?
No,
just
I
didn't
knew
care?
I couldn't. And you know what's the craziest thing about it? And David probably can find this post too. He said Josie can beat everybody in Augusta, Payne and Augusta State included. Put them all together, Josie will beat them. I was like, bro, come on, man, you tripping. I told him that. He was like, all right, bro, you got a year to get ready. I'll see you then. I was like, okay. And then we come out, we play him. Like, I had 25.
And a dub.
And dub.
Nigga, Chris, I know it.
And the dub. So like you know, like all that stuff being in the back of my head, like I said, like I would never compare myself to him like on Facebook or nothing like that. But like once we were on that court, like bro, I tie my shoes up same way you tie your, and for one game, now I probably can't do this tomorrow because I'll be a little sore or whatnot. But for one game,
Right.
like no, bro, like I don't every player that's playing in this class, I done been on the court with him, or I know if I was on the court with him, like I would be one of the best players. Like there's nobody on there on here. I'm like I can't go toe for toe with. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
feel like you did what you're supposed to do.
right. So for one game, like yeah, like no, now I can't go repeat this like you can because you're obviously a professional athlete. I can't go do this every day. But for one game, like yeah, bro, like I'm there.
I got a few more questions. So also, why do you stir up so much trouble on social media with your sports takes?
Man, I don't. I swear to God, I really don't try. I really, really don't try.
It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. I don't know because I don't know if you're doing purpose sometimes or what. Because it's like it always seems controversial. I always see like 80, 100 comments on there,
I put it like this.
and you actually respond back with paragraphs too. Like you be dead ass.
I put it like this. People seem to think like I think it get triggered because they think I'm speaking from a biased opinion. I don't think
IQ.
I really
right,
feel
right.
like and maybe it sounds like arrogant or whatever, but I really feel like it's coming from a basketball IQ. Like when I made the comment about Durant that I made, like that is the most complete game he played. But people are looking at it like from his stats. I'm not looking at it from his stats. I'm looking at it from him doing stuff that don't show up in the stat book.
Right,
Like
right.
he's dragging screens way out when they're high hedging. He's dragging those screens out and throwing pocket passes or getting hockey assists with that's even though it went to Jeff Green first and he made 6 threes, like he's throwing the next pass
see,
to Blake Griffin.
You just said like 4 terms that nobody gonna know.
Right.
All
right,
the terms nobody gonna know. the terms.
And so I feel like when I be saying stuff like that, like I get people who on there who like feel like I'm making a biased opinion. Like I'm not hating on KD. Second, this don't have nothing to do with LeBron. Like, but you would
Yeah, I know.
you
I
would
know that
have
though.
people who come on the post and feel like, oh, he's making this he's trying to like throw this like out there like because LeBron has had complete games. Like, no, it has nothing to do with.
You even say that. You just
Right.
kinda
I'm not even
yeah.
talking about LeBron. I don't care about LeBron at this point. And it's so funny because like there's this one high IQ guy that everybody in Augusta, I won't say his name, but everybody in Augusta will definitely say he's a high IQ guy. And he texts me a lot and be like, bro, like, you're right, but like, what is these dudes talking about? And I just sit there and laugh.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I'm like, I know what I'm not speaking from a biased opinion. Like, I'm just giving you a high IQ post, and it just really, for some reason, just triggers people.
It might be you. It might be you.
It might be me, though. It might be me.
Probably something from high school or some shit. Who knows?
It might be. I don't know, man. I don't know why they get so triggered. I don't know.
So just to, I guess so we guarantee I guarantee him bringing the
I don't want to guarantee. Chris can make the
I ain't that
guarantee.
confident no more.
Like
Confidence over with.
Like you said, y'all, you know me, I don't really do the social media like that. I don't do all that talking. We just get to it.
Nah, I can accept that, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to guarantee, but what I will say is this: we have the best chance to win due to no egos.
Don't go partying night before.
No
Try to
party,
do that.
no party. No, the partying is long gone. Partying long
Because
gone.
I think people expect y'all to beat North Augusta. It'd be sad if y'all didn't do that.
Yeah, they expect, but
But I just feel like y'all do that with the bench.
But
alone.
you know, but I'll put it like this: we played Cross Creek first, and then that was the game we struggled with. That first game was the first.
Well,
game
y'all
we
can
struggled
get
with.
everybody best. You know that, right?
Right.
Think about the alumni game, like you said. Some people are looking at their shot. So, and I was telling this to Curry and them, because like I said, they are people that you can talk to like that, and just like y'all are too. People are looking at these are state champions. If I beat them, that means like they think they being 08 Jarrell and Chris.
Right. It does validate some people.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
How they
So,
feel.
And so that's another thing. Like I'm like, I can't come out here and like stink it up, like because I know some people are looking at it like, oh, this will validate me. Like
Yeah, you can't take it super serious like OD, but you also can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because your name online still, because they gonna use it. They gonna get highlights, all that stuff too.
right.
That's kind of tough. So, but yeah, I appreciate y'all for dropping through, especially last minute. David just called me today about it. I don't know what he got going on.
You know,
man.
ain't no problem, man. You know, but David, that's how David is, man. He on the spot kind of dude, man.
But I definitely was thinking about doing some kind of sports segment at some point with somebody. I ain't got it cleared out yet, but if I do that, I definitely have y'all back on. 'Cause I love to talk to y'all about like after college. 'Cause I think a lot of kids, it'll help a lot of people, especially young kids. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand life happen.
Right.
A lot of time when I was younger, when I would look, I'm not gonna lie, especially for y'all, I would look and think like, damn, they ain't do nothing. Not knowing what's going on.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Now having a brother who going through stuff like that, you start seeing like it be stuff that ain't got to do with basketball at
And
all.
it's not easy. It's
Yeah.
not easy. And literally what people don't understand, like, just like it's politics in middle school,
It's
and
worse.
high school,
It get worse.
It's
It's
politics in
sports.
It's politics in college, and it's even worse.
They paying.
Right. It's
They
even
paying.
worse because at the end of the day, somebody can be like, if a coach is high on this guy and he's selling the media and selling his other coaches and all these, like, he gonna throw this guy out here so he can feel validated by it. Like so it looks good on it. You know what I'm saying? And then what they don't understand is that when he's selling the media all this stuff, he's still telling somebody, like, he's still on the phone with Don personally and telling Don the same stuff that he's selling to another kid in the media.
Yeah. I like that's what I want to have like kind of.
I'm telling you, yeah, man. So people don't really understand, like, there are, like, it's politics and it's levels to all of it.
I say this like and I was thinking this earlier, which is like I said, Archie was lucky, Garrett is lucky. It's kind of like luck a little bit. Not saying you're not talented, but just to make it that far, because to get through all that stuff, you gotta get to become a professional for real.
Yeah, man.
You get lucky because life happens so much for everybody. You could have had a kid, you could have had an accident, you could have got an injury, you could have got this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
It's so much stuff that could hinder you from getting it. That ain't got to do with basketball at all.
And it's not, and even if you look at them, they are top tier guys. But even if you look at them, like, they didn't start out making that big money.
Yeah.
They had to persevere. They had to play a couple seasons. They had to play at a lower division and get a promotion to the bigger division. So
they
they
had to
could get
deal
that
with
money.
not being in the NBA, being in
Right,
getting cut,
yeah,
all
man,
that stuff. So
right.
it's a lot that go into athlete making it.
Right, yeah, man. A lot of people don't really understand that, but that's why I say I'll never compare myself to them, because there's levels, but, like, they don't really get that, you know, like, at the end of the day, it's so many variables to all this stuff.
Right.
You know, so that's why kudos to them guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? You made it to the top notch that you can possibly make it to without going to the NBA. You know?
Yeah.
So major kudos.
But he ain't cook you though.
No, he definitely ain't cooked me. I cooked him. Definitely ain't cooked me.
All right, man. Morning Masters podcast. We out.